Hello, student. Welcome to this topic telescopes. In the last session, I have explained about the classification of the telescopes, and also I have explained the refracted type of telescope. And in this class, I am going to explain about the reflected type of telescope. So this is the geometrical diagram or the constructional diagram of the reflected telescope. The main important difference between the reflected telescope and the refracted telescope is that is the objective. In the refracted type of telescope, the objective was a convex lens, whereas here the objective is a concave mirror. A concave mirror is used. So the light rays are coming from a distant object, let us say, which is at infinite distance, and these parallel rays will go straight away, and they will fall on this concave mirror, and they get reflected from the concave mirror, and they converge here at point I. All the rays converge at the point I, where an image is formed. So therefore, this capital F is the focal length of this concave mirror, and this capital D is the diameter of the objective, means which is the concave mirror. And here the eyepiece is kept in this position, and here also this eyepiece is placed coaxially with this concave mirror. And so, as usual, this eyepiece is placed in such a way that its focal length is exactly at the point where the image is formed by this concave mirror. So therefore, the image formed by this concave mirror now acts as an object for this eyepiece, and the rays from this image will reach the eyepiece, and in the background of the eyepiece, the image is seen. So the small d is the diameter of this eyepiece, and the small f is the focal length of this eyepiece from here to here. So this is the simple construction of the reflector telescope, and this is the figure A. You take this as a figure A because here so many figures comes. So here just read. I will read out the about the explanation once again. The construction of a reflector type of telescope is as shown in the figure above. The objective of this telescope is made with a concave mirror of larger focal length. Capital D is the diameter, capital F is the focal length of the objective. The eyepiece is coaxially placed with the objective in such a way that its focal length, small f, is at the position where the image is formed. Image is formed due to concave mirror. Small d is the diameter of the eyepiece. The fact that the eyepiece is to be placed on the path of the light ray coming from a distant object, it is avoiding lots of light to reach the mirror. So various designs are made to overcome this problem. So this problem you can see here. Since we are using a concave mirror as an objective, it reflects back the light rays which are falling on it in the same direction in which the light was incident. So that was the biggest problem. So and and this eyepiece is to be now placed in the path of the incoming rays. So this because of that reason, this eyepiece obstructs or block some amount of light energy in reaching the this concave mirror. So this is the biggest drawback or problem of this reflector type of telescope. So in order to avoid this problem, so many designs are made by different peoples. That means they are go on modifying this basic structure in a different way, so that this effect has been reduced. So the figure what I have drawn in the above is a prime focus type of reflector telescope. This is figure A. So the reflector telescope is shown in figure A is of a prime focus type. Since the objective mirror reflects light back along the direction from which it comes, the focal point of the mirror, known as the prime focus, is in the path of the incoming light. An observer or a detector can be placed at this position, but then some of the incident light is cut off. If the detector is too large, a substantial amount of light will be lost. So this is the one of the biggest problem of this prime focus type of reflector telescope. So the people try to modify the this basic structure of the reflected telescope, and immediately Newton tried to do or to modify the basic structure of the reflector type of a telescope, and his design is like this. So this is his design. What he did is that he put a mirror, a plain mirror, in the path of the rays reflected from the concave mirror, and so that these rays are reflected further in this direction and converge at this position. That means the focal point, by placing a mirror here, the focal point of this concave mirror is changed from this position to this position. So this is the Newtonian design. So Isaac Newton first found a solution to the problem of a figure A type of telescope by placing a small flat mirror in the reflected light path and changing the location of the focal point as shown in the figure B. Of course, the presence of this secondary mirror does block some of the incoming light from the primary, but if the ratio of the areas of the primary and secondary is sufficiently large, the effect of the lost light can be minimized. That means uh, this mirror placed by Newton, in this place, is again in the path of the light rays which are coming from distant object towards the this concave mirror. So this avoids the, or this blocks the some amount of light rays in reaching the concave mirror. So thereby reducing the energy reaching the concave mirror. So, but uh, if the ratio of areas of primary and secondary uh, light is sufficiently large, the effect of the lost light can be minimized. So a Newtonian telescope, this is the Newtonian design. So a Newtonian telescope design suffers from the drawback that the eyepiece for detector must be placed at a significant distance from the center of mass of the telescope. If a mass detector were used, it would exert a significant torque on the telescope. So this is the drawback of the Newtonian design. We'll see, we'll go to another design called as the Cassegrain design. So Cassegrain design also try to improve this problem of the reflecting mirrors. So here, just you by making use of the Newton idea, the Cassegrain what he did is that he kept the a flat mirror near the focal point of this concave mirror vertically, that means perpendicular to the optic axis of this concave mirror, so that what happens, these rays which are reflected from the concave mirror will meet the concave mirror here, and they will again reflected in this direction and they converge here. So that is why, since this converging point is behind this concave mirror, a hole a hole is drilled at the middle of this concave mirror for the passage of light light rays. So same thing, now just I will read out here. So this is the primary mirror and this is the secondary mirror. So since the region of primary mirror located behind the secondary is sufficiently useless, so here the area behind the primary mirror, whatever area is there, that is useless area, and it is possible to bore a hole in the primary and use the secondary to reflect the light back through the hole. So here in the primary mirror we have drilled a hole here, and the light rays from the secondary mirror are reflected in this direction and meet here. This Cascade design makes it possible to place heavy instrument packages near the center of mass of the telescope and permits an observer to stay near the bottom of the telescope rather than the top, as in the case of Newtonian design. So actually, this modification helps an observer to be present at the behind of this concave mirror. It is called as the bottom of the telescope. So this makes easier for an observer to be present behind the concave mirror. So near the bottom of the telescope rather than near the top, as in the case of Newtonian design. In this type of design, the secondary mirror is usually a convex type, effectively increasing the focal length of the system. So here, this secondary mirror, it is a mistake. Actually, I have shown a flat one, but it is not a flat one. It is a convex mirror. It is a convex mirror. So after the light rays, after falling on the secondary convex mirror, they go in this direction. Just make note of that. So the primary mirror is a parabolic type. So this primary mirror is there. This is a parabolic type of mirror. So this is the Casgarian construction. And again, this is modified by another scientist called as the Ritchie Creighton design. So in this design, you can see here secondary mirrors. One secondary mirror is placed here, and one more mirror called as the ternary mirror is placed here. So these rays, after reflecting from the secondary mirror, fall on the third mirror or ternary mirror, and after reflecting from this third mirror, they go straight away in this direction. So this is the Ritchie Creighton modified design. So Ritchie Creighton modified the Cassegrain design by using a hyperbolic primary mirror. So another change. Earlier it was parabolic, now it is hyperbolic type of mirror. This design called the Curie telescope uses a ternary mirror or third mirror to reflect the light down the telescope's mount to a cube room located below the telescope. Because of the extended optical path, it is possible to create a very long focal length with the acute telescope, and this can be particularly useful in high resolution work or in high dispersion spectral line studies. So this design made by this Richie Cretin, or it is also called as the Cube telescope, is a very high resolution telescope, and this is preferred whenever you need a higher resolutions. So uh, it's all about reflector type of telescopes, and the different designs are there. Thank you for listening.